Love and light, everyone. Welcome back to the Clearview 222. I hope everyone is blessed, everyone is grounded, having a great day. Happy 420 to all my. All right. Let's just jump straight into it. If you have not been following my last videos, then you would have not known that I've been using the African Oracle deck to pull different energies. And I just have to continue to reiterate this because we all learn at our capacity. We all learn based off of what we've been exposed to. And I want to encourage everyone to continuously keep your mind open, because certain information and certain knowledge may be coded in places that we were not, you know what I mean? We wasn't used to that growing up, or we heard negative things about it growing up. But one thing I would say is, once you are divinely guided and you have a connection to the Most High, there is nothing that comes in your way that's going to harm you, especially when it comes to intuitive information. There's nothing that God's going to allow to come into your space if it's not for you, if that makes sense. And if it does come into your space and it doesn't resonate, then that's even a bigger reason why it's not for you. But energy is fluid, right? And in certain messages, like I always say, the energy may be past, it could be current, or it could be a future energy. So these channel messages, these conversations, it may not be directly your situation today. It could be a situation tomorrow, or it could have been it a few years or lifetimes ago, right? But it's just important to make it very clear as to how much power knowledge holds, and how we hold our own selves back, or we don't allow ourselves to be exposed and enlightened by information that will help us, that won't harm us, that will help us. So that's my little 2 cents on that. But once again, hope everyone is happy, healthy, and well. Happy 420 once again. And let's just get straight into it. So the energy that I am definitely in the midst of and in agreement with is betrayal. This is the betrayal card, right? Because this is the African goddess deck, every energy represented is connected to a story, whether that's mythology or whatever. It's connected to like a parable, a story that helps bring it full circle and bring it home. So I'm going to read what betrayal is. Oh, and I just have so much to say on this already. Let's read it. Let's read what betrayal is. All right. All right. This is the shadow of betrayal. The name is Aunt Nancy. And Aunt Nancy. Anasi, or Kuaku Anasi, the Akan trickster god and sacred clown, snuck into our global folk tales. While Gullah Geechee children heard tales of Aunt Nancy, the tricky spider woman, my Guyanese parents entertained us with Nancy stories about a witty teen spider. So that's the story behind where this would come from, right? But let's read the guidance and the energy based on betrayal. Who really betrayed you? Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. Betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayal makes it difficult to trust, but without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens, or no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. The real question is, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? And the goddess declaration is, I am willing to know the truth. When I think about that, when I think about betrayal as a whole, we automatically we go to the action being done to us. Like, oh, she betrayed me, or he betrayed me, this job betrayed me, this opportunity betrayed me, whatever. Like, it's so easy to point the finger towards what we deem as betrayal, because with betrayal, I just feel like that comes with the blame game. It's someone else's responsibility as to why this happened, or why the end result was this. Even though I do feel like, yeah, sometimes people, not sometimes, people do betray us. Like, that's something too. That's how people lie to us. People betray us. People sell us out. Like, all of that is the same energy. But I have never, not until the recent past 4 years, understood that betrayal is something that I do to myself, that we do to ourselves, and that allows other people to betray us. And it was even in this, when I was explaining this definition just now, because if I don't allow myself to be set free from something, right? If I don't allow myself to want to grow, learn, or just become a better product from whatever this thing is, that's me deciding. That's a decision, because we're all in charge of our destinies. We create these things. Our decision making is the answers that we seek. We make these decisions. So if I allow myself to just, I'm so traumatized by this thing, I can't see past this, and nothing else is looking better, and this is the end for me. That's me allowing myself to betray my needs, my wants, my aspirations, my goals, because I've already allowed someone else to come in and dictate to me my emotions, my psyche, how I'm going to allow myself to be affected by this. We really don't realize how powerful we are. And I'm never going to stop saying it until we actually realize and tap into like how powerful we really are, because we give power away to other people so much, not understanding that we possess that same power to make all of our decisions, and to make our dreams come true, and to aspire to reach certain goals. We give the power away to people. We give that power. So listen, easier said than done, I know. If you were betrayed by someone you loved and you trusted, and you had this person, this thing on a pedestal, and it let you down, it is betrayal. Betrayal is real. Of course you feel betrayed. You feel betrayed by the action, especially the person, because most of the times we experience this deep level of betrayal and this hurt and this disappointment based on who did this thing. You know what I mean? Because I remember many situations I've been in where I could put that in the category of betrayal. It wasn't always just the thing. It wasn't always like the actual situation. Sometimes it's the person that you love and you trust and you hold so dear to you that did this action that made it betrayal. Because think about it, it could have been, let's say, it's someone you don't have a close relationship with, or y'all ain't even really like that, and they do something sneaky, shady, whatever. Like, it would still affect you, but it don't hold as much weight as when the person you value and trust do that to you. That is hit home. That is it. That hits completely different. But what I want to say is this: honor your feelings always. If you feel betrayed, if you feel let down, like, yeah, that's what the energy is, and that's how that person made you feel. But at the end of the day, how you move on after that is entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. Because check this out. Whatever this thing or this person that may have betrayed you, if you don't allow yourself to find a lesson in that, you're always going to be betrayed by people. And when I say that, I mean this. If something terrible happens between you and someone in your relation, let's say, okay, we got an example. Let's say in your relationship, right? You're cheated on. That automatically feels like betrayal, right? But it's betrayal based on who did it, right? It's a deeper level of hurt and mistrust and all of these other negative emotions attached to it, because it's the person who did it that let you down. But what happens when we we go through this betrayal, we go through the end of this cycle with this person, with this thing, and we're so hurt and caught up over this betrayal that we can't allow ourselves to be open again, to experience love, whatever, again, because we've been betrayed. But I want you to know, when you harbor that betrayal, that's a personal issue now. It's personal. You're choosing to be betrayed. You're choosing to live your life in betrayal based off of what someone else did to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't allow people to really have that leverage and that power over you because they hurt you and they let you down. Absolutely feel the hurt. Feel the emotion. Go through the emotions. Like, go through it, because it's a real thing. And your emotions are always valid. I just told this to someone the other day, because sometimes, sidebar, I know this, whatever, but sometimes, right, people try to validate how we feel about something, and you can't validate the feelings of someone, because we all have different experiences. How I may experience this may be different from how you experience this, which means how I may feel about it, you may not feel about it. But that doesn't mean that you get to dictate how this person should feel or how you think their emotional response should be to something based off of your emotional response. Like, you can't do that. And that's how I look at betrayal. Like, you can't just give all of your power and not love again, not trust again, not want to go through these things again, these beautiful things that we were created to experience, all because you're trapped in the betrayal. But you have yourself trapped. I know a lot of things could be very traumatic and disappointing, and there are some situations that, it's the point of no return. You can never see the light of day, maybe with that person after that situation. But you mean to tell me you're going to allow yourself to be deprived of all of these beautiful qualities, especially when you're in alignment to receive it? You're going to allow yourself to be deprived because you're still caught up on this betrayal from this person. And let me tell you this person who betrayed you, they move on and they live in their life, and they're okay. And when I say they're okay, they moved on. They ain't where you at with this betrayal. They ain't there. They're not there anymore. So who getting the end of the stick at the end of the day? Because you dwelling in a space of hurt. And like I said, once again, your feelings are valid, but not all feelings are facts. And only you can tell yourself that, because sometimes when you think something and you feel something, we're so used to having an emotional response to it that we automatically just stamp it on it. But not all of your feelings sometimes are facts. Your feelings are valid, because we all possess different emotions and feelings and mindsets. Your feelings are definitely valid, but be very careful about what you absorb and the thoughts that go through your mind that you allow to download through your heart chakra, because a lot of those things that we think sometimes, especially when we're in a really messed up space, we think something sometimes that ain't really what it is. But because we have nothing else to seek after, because there's nothing else to cling to, because you're drowning in the negativity, so it's easy to think these thoughts. You become them. You are what you think. I am what I think. That's the power we have. That's how powerful we are. You could think something that isn't necessarily a fact or truth. But because you are that powerful, when you think that, you become that. And you start to like cultivate a world around that thought, because it must be right. But not every time. But your feelings, like I was saying, are valid. But betrayal could be such a space of no recovery, because if you really allow yourself to sit in what someone else did to you and they have already moved on, even if they don't move on, okay? This thing here, this ascension thing here, this life, this healing thing here is about you. It's about you. It ain't about nobody else. I had to learn that on my journey as well, because I know if I obtain something, if I get a download or understanding about something, and I see how I receive it wholeheartedly, and I could see how this may enhance or affect my life in a great way, and I want to share that with y'all, I remember being to a space where I was super inconsistent because I I cared more about how everyone would receive me and what I'm saying based off of me speaking and living my truth. What I just gave you is an example of betrayal. That's me betraying myself because once upon a time ago, I used to have some people, not directly to me, but I would hear the little sips and the little, oh, what's she talking about, or whatever, trying to validate my journey through y'all, and that don't even make no sense. But even hearing those things, it would make me shut down, and it would make me doubt what I'm saying, and it would make me go into a shell and be like, I ain't saying and I ain't recording. And knowing this is a passion and a purpose of mine, knowing and understanding these things, betraying myself based off of y'all because of my bad experience or because of all of the other shit that may come attached to it, all that a part of it. But me dimming my light, closing my throat chakra, not speaking my truth and speaking the truth in general, I was betraying myself. That's an example of real like self-betrayal because I know what God has called me to do. I know when I speak certain things, I speak from my heart and I speak from my spirit teams and my ancestors and the Most High. That's who I speak from. You understand? So for me to doubt that based off of projection, the projection of others onto me caused me to betray myself. Who else is betraying themselves right now? Because a lot of us have things we need to really be doing right now. A lot of us are like, there's the world out there for us to change and enhance, and we can't get to that space because we are too caught up on the opinions and the mindsets of other people. See, I expected everyone else's mindset to be like mine once I started to teach and put certain things out, but I was sadly mistaken. That ain't how this is work. That ain't how this is work. Just because I'm not received, wholeheartedly understood, appreciated, valued, does that really shift my value? Does that shift the value in the things that I'm saying, the life that I'm speaking? Because I ain't out here hurting nobody. I'm out here helping myself and the collective on an energetic basis. Like, y'all think when I put this camera in front of me, I do this because I bored? I don't do this because I bored. And sometimes I fight with the Holy Spirit most of the time because I really don't want to. Because the same energy of betrayal, like we get so consumed with the outcome. How is the outcome going to be? Not focus on what is this going to bring now? What is this going to change now? That's where I was, and that's where a lot of us are. That's how a lot of us stuck. We focus on the betrayal of others onto ourselves outside of how we betraying ourselves. Everything is a domino effect. What you project onto me is something that I may download and become and think, because if you're not in tune enough with yourself, anything someone say to you, anything someone says to you, it can go to your head, and then it can go to your ego, then it can go to your personality. It can shift everything about who you think you are and how you would show up in this world. If you don't know who you are, and if you allow society to dictate to you who you should be and how you should think, because a lot of us struggle with that as well. We don't know how to think or what to be because society telling us to do so much different things and be so much different things that when it comes to the things we really authentically want to be and do and live out, we betray ourselves because we can't handle what that comes with. I don't know who talks about me. And when I say this, like, I don't know because I'm not attached to anybody in that energy. Even if it go into people I know, I don't know about it. And that's how I know I divinely protected, because certain things just don't come to my door no more. Certain things just don't. So the energy definitely, man, listen, people talk about me right now. People talk about you too. Now, I ain't saying it ain't happening, and I know it is happening because I feel that energy. But at the same time, what I saying is that don't come in my area because I don't have room for it. I don't provide attention, energy, or interest in it. So even if it's starting to come to me, that getting shut down right at the door. I know no longer can betray myself no more because I set things up in that way where I detach myself from negative people and negative thinkers. I don't know what the negative, see, understand this, right? Y'all have some people who call y'all friends, who is bring this information to you and bring these negative things to you about you. Be careful, okay? That's not your friend. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because if you have someone in your circle or around you in your space who always have something negative to say, it ain't necessarily got to be about you, you know. It can be about you sometimes, but if it's just every time this person come around you, they gossiping or they dropping some tea on something, or it's like, come on. What you think they doing about you, with you? It's the same thing. They waiting for you to frig up too so they could do that same thing to you. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. Be careful. Sometimes we are betraying ourselves by allowing people to stay in our lives who we know ain't supposed to be there no more, who we know time has been expired, who we know has disappointed us and let us down, and we still is let them come in our space. That is the ultimate betrayal of self. You ever curious why things keep happening, keep spiraling in a downward spiral with this one particular energy, this particular person that you keep letting back in your space? You betraying yourself. So when they betray you, it ain't no need to be surprised. When God put us through circumstances and things that trigger us, right? Know this. It's not a coincidence. It's not for nothing. Everything that happens and unravels in this lifetime, on this physical plane right here, is to teach us something. It's to enhance our minds beyond what we could see now. You understand? Because remember now, we see things 3D, but we live in a 5D. You understand? A lot of things happening that we cannot see. That's why it's important to be in tune. See? Okay, you can't see my soul, right? You could feel it though. You need to get in touch with that, because so much happening inside there that will connect you to what happening on the outside here. Nothing happening on the outside here can help you understand what really happening on the outside, if you understand what I'm saying. So within, so without. The betrayal that you are allowing is your fault and it's your responsibility. And I have to give that power back over to you so you can take your life and you can put it back where it needs to be. Because you allowing certain circumstances and situations and disappointments to not allow you to reach your highest goals and your aspirations, because you're stuck. You're stuck. Don't be afraid to remove these entities and these people out of your life. God put them there because God is responsible for all of these things. But at the end of the day, God will take us somewhere, and we got to be the ones to say, okay, all right, this means I got to respond to this now, because God, I know you are God of amazing things, and anything that happens for a reason. So what is this showing me? We need to stop being a victim so much. Like, what was me? Why me? Why not you? Look at all kind of other things happening around the world with other people. You need to ask you, why me too? Why not you? God is using all of us. God is using all of us. All of us. But you got to stand up in your accountability. You can't do this to me unless I do this to myself, okay? You can't betray me unless now you could do the action of betraying me. Like, yeah, that happened in every couple of seconds. But how I respond to that betrayal is really the test of time. How I respond to this betrayal, how I allow this to affect me, use me in a negative way, in a positive way. However I respond to this is my responsibility. We need to take our power back, because without this, we can't flourish and grow into what God really called us to be, because we caught up and we stuck on what someone didn't do to us, man. And this someone could be anybody. Y'all know how I go. It could be mommy, daddy, sister, brother. Betrayal is real. The energy of betrayal is real. But we don't have to vibrate in that frequency of betrayal. We could heal. Listen, I always speaking on it because we gotta know we are healers. We could heal ourselves from these things. God gives us the tools to get through it, get by it, get in it, so we can heal ourselves out of these things. But this energy of betrayal been something, even outside of me pulling this card, like I still been feeling that. Like what am I preventing myself from because of this mindset of betrayal? What am I not allowing myself to seek and to actually touch because I have this mindset of betrayal and that, okay, this is the point of no return. This happened to me. So like, no, we really got to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. We have to. The worst person who can feel sorry for yourself is you. And if you have that energy, how you expect to obtain such greatness and abundance and longevity and all of these things God called for us to have? But like I said to a very special person to me yesterday, like we got to be in alignment to receive these things. God can't send you healing. God can't send you these things that you so been asking for if you ain't in alignment to receive it. You want healing? Be in alignment to heal. And what that means is be ready to go through that process and that journey, because it's an ugly one. Healing ain't never been easy. The end result is beautiful. Healing itself is not easy. It takes a lot of confronting. It takes a lot of, complete ego death. It takes a lot of accountability about how you may have allowed something to affect you for so long. Or where you stand with this thing right now. Y'all, we in control, man. Like we in control, and we need to stop betraying ourselves by giving our power over to somebody else. You can't do it. If we trying to get where we really trying to get and obtain the things, to level up, it's God was staring at me. To level up, and I wasn't going to pick it up, but whatever. In order for us to like really level up, we got to let go of this whole betrayal thing, because that's preventing us from our greatness and higher heights. God don't want us to be a victim. We need to acknowledge how we feel, right? And how things have hurt us, right? And affected us. Yes. Feelings are valid, not facts, but valid, right? But at the same time, we can't have this woe is me energy and allow ourselves to not obtain happiness and greatness just because we stuck on the betrayal. But just remember this. The betrayal is within you. The betrayal is how you allow yourself to, how you allow life to be, how you allow yourself to be after this hurtful, disappointing situation. Listen, we all go through it. We all go through it. But your power is understanding that I have a choice on how I want this to play out. I have a choice on how I want this to affect me, or if I want it to affect me at all. That's the kind of power we possess. And if we know more of that, we will do more of that. And that's what I'm here for. And I will always reiterate how important and how powerful we truly are. Because once we know things are different, this knowledge ain't here just to be selfish. This knowledge is present through me to you. And I will always continuously do it. But remember this betrayal that you like to point the finger towards this person or this thing. Like, yeah, they wrong. That was messed up, but they did. Like, damn, they do that? That's messed up. But hey, how you responded to this betrayal, that's on you. How you allow this to affect you, that's on you. So don't allow yourself to be betrayed. Don't allow what others do to you that you do to yourself. You see that projection? You see what has happened? People do things to us, and subconsciously sometimes we think we deserve these things. That's why we're unable to heal from it. I cancel that right now. Yes, you do. You deserve healing, peace, prosperity, happiness. We deserve those things. Love, peace, and light, everyone. I'll be back very, very soon with another video. But stay in the light and love on yourself. Please do something that makes you feel happy, whatever that is. Understand your worth and remember your worth. If you got to do your affirmations on a daily basis, looking yourself in the mirror and preaching these things into yourself so you could know, I deserve it. Whatever it is that you feel like you don't deserve, that you do deserve, you need to write that down, and you need to be telling yourself that every day in the mirror. Make it a habit so you can really start to understand and download that I deserve these things. Love, peace, and light, y'all. Stay in the light.